Dr. J, what are your thoughts on digital ID and all the mandatory registration craziness that's going on in the UK and other countries? Do you think similar mandates are coming to the US? Okay, so now let's do the bad news first again. All right. The bad news first is this. Digital ID is the end of freedom. The end of it. No if, ands, or buts. The evil people who are trying to implement this will use this to completely control and destroy your life. Bill Gates has, I don't know how much audio out there. Chris, find one if you can. Bill Gates audio talking about how we can track people. There's World Economic Forum audio. It's out there. All right, we'll get it for you in a minute. Now, that's the bad. And wait, there's more. There's more. It's not just that it's being implemented in the UK. And it will be used, no question, to crush dissent in the UK. It'll be used to make it so patriotic people can't buy groceries if the government hates you. That's the kind of thing they'll do with it. They will track you. It's all bad. Every part of it is bad. There's no part of it that's good. So that's bad news. Here's some more bad news. Most of the wealthy, powerful people who have huge influence in Western civilization want this. Not just political leaders, billionaire types. They want this. They look at things from a control standpoint. Let me address the billionaire portion of this because this is a big part of it. Billionaires. What makes a billionaire? Well, there are different things, but one of the things that I won't say it's common for all of them, but it's very, very common. They are control fanatics. Fanatics. They believe in controlling and managing everything. And as they've accumulated wealth, they want to control whole populations. Frankly, they want to control the earth and think they can do it well. Even if they're not, Stalin, they believe they can do it well. And they want this. Here's the Queen of the Netherlands. Here she is.
Partners to actually help that being, to grow this. And the interesting part of it is that, yes, it is very necessary for financial services, but not only. Sure. It's also good for school enrollment. It's also good for health, who actually got a vaccination or not. It's very good to get your subsidies, from the government.
It's bad, evil, sick, and wrong. And that's the bad news. And one final bit of bad news. They're implementing it in countries that people dream of visiting. People traditionally have visited. College kids go backpack in Europe for a month. That's a thing people do. People, I told you about my wannabe anniversary trip where we were wanting to maybe go to Greece for our 20th anniversary. Big celebration. We're not going anymore. People want to see these places, these famous places around the globe, and they are destroying them and turning them into communist utopias, and this is all bad. Okay, that's all the bad. Now, let me give you the good. I have told you this before many, many times, so let me tell you again. Not America as a whole, but red America, the red areas, not just the red states, the red parts of blue states. Red America is not only the last bastion of freedom on planet Earth, it is an insanely powerful bastion of freedom on planet Earth. You and all the other Americans who think like you are not a tiny minority that is being run over and smashed. Yes, we have enemies on all sides, powerful enemies, wealthy, powerful enemies in other countries, foreign and domestic. There's no question about it. But there are millions of us. Let me inspire you with something. I find this to be inspiring. The communists have been trying to infiltrate and destroy and take over the United States of America since the early 1900s. You realize that? Before World War I, communists were infiltrating this country, and they have only ramped up those efforts over time. The United States of America has been attacked by globalist communists for over 100 years, over a century. And yet, while they've had many, many successes, we have not fallen. We have not fallen because our system and our DNA is uniquely resistant to these things. Will the United States of America ever have digital ID? Maybe. Never say never, as the old saying goes. Maybe. If that day ever comes, it will be years, decades, and decades away, because red America would reject it outright. They would flat out reject it outright. Even the low, Chris said violently, and he's probably not wrong. And honestly, he's probably not morally wrong either. That is one of those things where you can't do it. It cannot be an option for your life or my life. Digital ID. You cannot hand over. You can't hand to the government control of you being able to purchase food, go to school, travel to and fro. You can't. You cannot do it because you'll not be free anymore. You're a slave. You're a slave the second they decide to flip a switch and make you a slave. You can't do it. But it wouldn't even get to that point because it would be rejected viciously in this country. Even if, let's say, God forbid, let's say Gavin Newsom wins the presidency in 2028 and Democrats do a clean sweep. They have 60 votes in the Senate. They have enough votes in the Senate to pass any law they want. They have a big majority in the House of Representatives. So they have the federal government. Would they want to do it? You bet. Would they try to do it? Maybe. In fact, these dirty communists probably would. You would have red states potentially seceding from the Union. You would. The people inside of those red states would demand it. Our system has withstood communist aggression for over a century. They have made a lot of gains. I'm not pretending otherwise. It's not like everything they've done is just bounced off us and we've been fine. Not saying that. Our system has withstood it much better than others have. And that's because of you. I'm not trying to patronize you, believe me. It's because of the right and the right's unique understanding of freedom and liberty. I've told you this before a long time ago. I had a conversation one time, this is years ago, with a guy from England. And he was not just from England, he was considered over there a hardcore conservative. He was considered somebody way to the right. Whoa, look at this guy. Bloodthirsty. This hardcore guy in England, would preach to me till he was blue in the face about why government-run healthcare was good and necessary. He was a conservative where they come from. You probably do not fully appreciate how far to the right and how correct you are on things like government's role in its society, the importance of having markets that are free of government that should be limited and out of your life. You understand that better than even hardcore, quote, conservatives in European countries. And that, in large part, is why so many of these European countries are falling and falling so quickly. They didn't have enough of us. They didn't have enough of you. They didn't have enough of me. They've had plenty of Chris. They didn't have but they didn't have enough of us. In all seriousness, we didn't exist in large enough numbers there. The best they can gin up in these European countries where they're doing this are movements to deport people. And deporting people is great, necessary, and fine. You need it to save Western civilization. But if you even go to the most hardcore righty party in France, the party that wants to deport all the foreigners, sounds good. And then you went down the list of other issues, they're dirty commies on 90% of that stuff. Europe will fall to it, I believe. We will not. Take heart in that. Unless you're European, then it sucks.